What up, guys? Comic Kid 84 coming through with a comic book storage tip. All right, so I've been trying to figure out what the best thing to do in this case to solve for this, and I'm sure it's something that you guys deal with too, which is when you have this, a partially filled box, not quite full, and your books just slant like that. And I hate having my books being stored like this because I know it's gonna warp them over time, you know? So, you know, obviously the answer is what do we do to keep them standing up straight? And I'm assuming most people were just stuffing something in there. I mean, I think that's what I would used to do, is like put trade paperbacks in there or store them on top of each other until I had enough to put them this way. But anyway, here's just a recent thing that I've been doing, and I've been loving it, is I've been picking up these BCW 400 count storage boxes for cards. I think these are, you know, most commonly used for like Magic cards and stuff like that, which means they're very easily accessible from, you know, our local comic shops, because most of them do Magic cards, I've noticed. So these things work great. They are the perfect width of a short box or long box, and you just let one chill like that, and boom, it's keeping your books up. Sometimes you can switch it up like that, depending on, you know, the distance you have. You can put one in the center or slap two in there like that. I always have a divider board as the last one to, you know, for the end, so it's not indenting the comic. I imagine you can just put a couple backing boards too. So it's all good and well when it's the exact size of the box, but it really works just as well, even when it's a lot less full than that. So let's say we take out this much. So when you get to this point, you know, you do get an option to do it the long way like that. Again, I wouldn't do it without one of these. So you can try going the long way like that, or even if it's shorter than that. The cool thing about these is they are the size, but they'll stand pretty firm. Sometimes I'll stack like two, and it'll kind of hold, maybe not. I think this box is bowed out a little bit, but there's some that it'll kind of sit snug, just the box itself. This box is making a fool of me. Ha. Anyway, even if that doesn't work, I mean, it's just a matter of adding another box, you know? And you can tend to, like, as long as you got both of them doing it, they can kind of chill at mid-length, and the pressure from the books will let the boxes, you know, because they're not sitting on the floor of the box, they're halfway up. So, boom. That's what I used. I don't know, figured it was just a little tip to throw out there. These BCW boxes are pretty legit. Let me know in the comments what you guys do. I'll be curious. And, oh, one more thing. Here's a little tip that I do for these little flaps. Do these flaps annoy you? Look at this. I have, like, Scotch tape that I was trying to tape this flap onto it when you get a new box. Here's what I do. I'm going to grab my other box that I did my little solution for, and I'll show you, because just taping it is whack. Okay, so here's the box. This is a slab-sized box, but same idea. You still run across the same issues with the flaps. You'll notice I don't have that many slabs in this box, so I'm using my trusty BCW boxes to keep the distance there. But what I do on these flaps is you'll notice there's a zip tie there. And what I do is on that flap, I drilled a hole through the top of that flap. I let it pop out through the other side. And I basically just throw a zip tie through it. So I zip tie it, and then I snip the excess off with a pair of scissors. And then for that little knot part of it, I just let it sit flush up against there so it's not sitting on the bottom and you're not hitting your hand with it every time you grab your box. But alright, that's a wrap. So hope you found those tips helpful. Let me know what you guys do for those two little quirky problems yourself with our storage boxes, you know. So drop me a line and I'll catch you next time. Peace.